Welcome to CharityVillage Connects. I'm your host, Mary Barrell. That's the sound of a hummingbird pollinating our world and making it a better place. The hummingbird is Charity Village's logo because we strive, like the industrious hummingbird, to make connections across the nonprofit sector and help make positive change. We'll explore topics like diversity, equity, and inclusion, mental health in the workplace, the gap in female representation in leadership, and many other subjects crucial to the sector. We'll offer insight that will help you make sense of your life as a nonprofit professional, make connections to help navigate challenges, and support your organization to deliver on its mission. In this episode, we focus on the devastating impact COVID shutdowns and restrictions had on fundraising, how nonprofits pivoted and embraced new digital tools to transform their fundraising models in record speed. We'll hear crucial advice from some of Canada's top experts to rebuild, diversify, and strengthen your fundraising strategies, and do some crystal ball gazing to see what key innovations are likely to remain as the sector emerges from the pandemic and into a new normal.
The outbreak of mystery pneumonia cases in Wuhan began last month.
It's a new type of coronavirus. South Korea is the first country outside of China to report a suspected case.
There are now more new cases of coronavirus being reported outside China.
An elderly man in British Columbia has died as a result of the disease.
You know, it was really interesting because it felt like such a dark time. You know, we were getting news of the pandemic. The epicenter of the outbreak in Canada was only a mile from my house where the initial entrant came in. And so it felt very direct, very personal, very in our face.
That's Daryl Hatton, CEO of Fundraiser, a crowdfunding platform based in Vancouver.
And the feedback that we were getting from our customers was the confusion point. They didn't know how long this was going to last, how badly it would affect them. And then the lockdowns happened and they started to see the cancellations coming in, people not wanting to go to do a gala, not wanting to go do a golf tournament, being concerned for their safety and doing all that. And there was a fair bit of angst showing up of how are we going to fund this and how are we going to adapt?
With urgency and digital transformation came some astonishing fundraising success stories that emerged when grit and determination was matched with creativity and innovation.
Think about where we were at the beginning of the pandemic. Charities had to really pivot to a digital-first world virtually overnight, not just for their fundraising, but also for their operations, their marketing, and service delivery. It became very, very evident the disparate impact that the pandemic had on marginalized communities as well, and that increase in demand for the services that charities offer, which of course requires increased resources. So charities without digital fundraising infrastructure in place had to scramble, and depending on where they are on that spectrum of how advanced their digital fundraising was, this could have been, a minor challenge all the way to an absolute impossible task. Not only that, but charities were having to do all of this while caring for their staff, for their families, and for themselves.
Balanced against this pandemic-driven, dramatic, and sector-wide shift to digital fundraising, reaching what would seem to be a tipping point to become permanent in our new normal, we are confronted with the inexorable power of human nature. As a society, we're hardwired for social contact.
Once things begin to open up again, can we expect a return to in-person events and galas, abandoning all that had been learned and achieved during this difficult time? The digital models of fundraising appear to be here to stay, likely in tandem with traditional fundraising events, as we, as a society, continue to crave that in-person human connection so vital to our mental and emotional well-being.
Join us for Charity Village Connects with Mary Barrell, a continuing series of discussions, ideas, and potential solutions. In Episode 1, Fundraising, we hear from some of Canada's top experts on how to rebuild, diversify, and strengthen fundraising strategies, and see what key innovations are likely to remain as the sector emerges from the pandemic and into a new normal.
To learn more about the services provided by Charity Village, listen to Charity Village Connects wherever you find your favorite podcasts, and visit charityvillage.com.